The wax paper technique creates a fun animal background print, but you can take wax paper to a whole new level by running it through your Cuttlebugged. With all the fun Cuttlebugged folder patterns, you can create beautiful soft background designs by blending them with the wax paper technique. Let me show you the tools and products that you're going to need to do this technique. You're going to need a regular household iron, and I've taken all the water out of mine because you don't want to use steam. You're going to need a Cuttlebugged. You're going to need a Cuttlebugged folder. You're going to need a Memento pad or any kind of dye ink pad. In this case, I'm using Memento Desert Sand. A paper towel and some wax paper. And you're going to need a couple pieces of scratch paper. And then I'm using the Gina Designs Pure Luxury 80-pound cardstock. Now what I've done here is I've stamped an image of leaves all over this piece of cardstock, and then I've colored them using my Copic markers. And I've used Memento ink, so you don't want the Copic markers to smear, so using Memento ink is the best way to go. The colors that I use to color these leaves are Bush, which is BG96, light reddish yellow, which is YR31, and then I've used grayish yellow, which is YG93. So I've pre-colored this for you so you don't have to sit here and watch me color. And now I'm going to show you how to create this cool background using the Cuttlebugged and wax paper. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to open up my Cuttlebugged. Move that up just a little bit here. There we go. Open up my Cuttlebugged, and I'm going to put my A plate down and then a B plate. Then I'm going to fill a Cuttlebugged folder with a piece of waxed paper. Now it's okay if it extends outside of the Cuttlebugged folder. That's just fine. Then I'm going to put another B plate on top. And then because in my case, my Cuttlebugged can stand to use a piece of cut cardstock to just make it press down a little harder and get a better emboss. Yours may not, because each one is calibrated a little bit different, so try it first without it, and if you're not getting a deep enough emboss, then go ahead and add a sheet of cardstock in there just to give it a little more pressure. I'm going to run that wax paper through my Cuttlebugged, and let me show you this cute little design that you get. As you can see, my Cuttlebugged made a really neat little design on my wax paper. So now, using one sheet of scratch paper, I'm going to lay my design down, my piece of cardstock with my colored design, and I'm going to put that piece of Cuttlebugged wax paper right on top, and I'm going to line it up so that it's completely underneath the Cuttlebugged part, and then a piece of scratch paper on top. Turn on my iron for just a second. Now I have my iron set to high. You want to make sure that it's very, very hot, but it only takes a couple seconds for it to heat up. And now I'm going to iron on top of that piece of waxed paper over my piece of cardstock. Okay, so now pull that off. You can't really see anything yet, but watch what happens when I take my Memento dye ink and I rub it across the surface of my cardstock. Can you see that design starting to come up? Now, that's so pretty. I'm going to take a piece of paper towel and I'm just going to rub away the excess. And everywhere that wax paper is stuck to the surface of my card, the ink won't stick to it. And that creates that beautiful pattern design all over my leaves. I made a card, and you know, that's so pretty by itself. You really don't need to do much to make a card. So all I did was I just added a little greeting in the corner, and I cut out one extra leaf and just popped it on there. And you can see how pretty that card is. Make a half a dozen cards like these and put them in a clear box with envelopes. You'll have the perfect gift that's quick and easy to make. Blending waxed paper and your Cuttlebugged folders adds an elegant look to every project.